Morning guys, and welcome to the video. I've been a busy boy lately, so training has had a little bit of a pullback, which sometimes happens in this life, but you know, we need to play with the cards that we've been dealt, so to speak. But we feel like we've got ourselves back on top now, and I'm heading in to get a gym. I've got my diary all set up. Thankfully, whenever you have like a week well, maybe training isn't always 100%, keep the diary, and it helps you remind yourself where you left off, so that way you can like do like a little damage control, which won't be too much, but at the same time it's always good to know rather than guessing what's happening. Data always wins. My running has taken probably the biggest hit, although I have been doing a different form of cardio. Been really enjoying it. The weather here, it is what it is, isn't it? But I'm really enjoying weight training side of things, which has been getting better and better. And my shoulder, that has been playing up as well in the last week, which I'm looking forward to actually getting a consultation on to get surgery, so that way I can finally start moving properly in that kind of shoulder movement pattern, especially when doing like shoulder presses. But I feel it the most when I'm doing my reverse fly, so hopefully we'll fix it soon. And for those who don't know, it's my AC joint. That's right, if it didn't happen I'd probably went pro. Joking obviously. But we're not going to let it push us back too much. But I'm going in today, I've got a pull session, and I'm going to try and get the numbers up as well. But it would be nice if the sun came out, but I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, and I've also booked my flights for my next destination. Woo! Stay tuned. You know, I used to work in Pure Gym, and still to this day, the same tannoy announcement over the speaker, it gives me like PTSD almost, because although when you're a member you can just come and go to the gym and it's only for an hour or two maybe, when you work on the gym floor and you've got that constant repetitive, you know, replay of a message, it becomes quite mind-numbing. And don't even get me started on the music for Pure Gym. Oh my god, it's dire. Ask any PT that works at Pure Gym and ask them if they like the music. Oh my god, it's one of the stuff's like wakes you up at night. It's chronic, man. It's tough. It's really tough out there. But aye, it's good. At least I don't work there anymore, and I get to travel and see different countries and train. Oh, set after alarm. It's because I'm too big. Going to grab a drink. I'm so thirsty because I forgot my shaker, so I need to get a drink, and then I'm going to get something to eat. But I need to eat on the go today, because I've got a lot of things to do. I won't have the chance or opportunity to be in the kitchen and cook up my meals. So we're on the move today, gang, but this is what we do. It's quite empty today. There is everybody. Anyway, enough. I'm burning calories right now. that I need to store. Let's get it. Beautiful Scottish weather, look at that. So motivating for the morning. Alright, so we're in Tesco's. It's not my favourite place to shop. I'm in Aldi and a Lidl kind of loyal. What I'm going to grab now is just one of the protein sources, and I usually like to get like more animal based proteins if I can, but this is the one time where things like your yogurts or anything like that come in handy. Now, would you have these every single day? No, because in terms of digestion, probably not the best. For me anyway, personally, because I've got slight lactose intolerance, so I try and avoid that as much as possible. I can digest it sometimes, just depending on how my diet's been and what I basically put in it, and not put my stomach under as much stress. So I'm going to grab myself one of these little squeezies, which is just the vanilla yogurt, 20 grams of protein, really easy. I'm not a huge fan of Arla either, because they started to put that bovine stuff into the cows, so, but it's one, it's not going to kill me, and it's going to give me what I need for the time being. Things that is good for me though, however, that will try and balance it out with, is kefir. Now, this is something I've had for years, alright, and it's before it even got a bit fancy and on the market. This is kefir. I'm going to get the cherry one because I love cherry. This is basically good for your gut bacteria and basically helping digestion. Good prebiotics, probiotics, all the kind of good healthy bacterial stuff. So I'm going to mix this and this together to help each other out a little bit, so that way I'm getting the protein from both, but I'm also getting the good stuff from the kefir. Good way to balance. And some carbs. We'll make a swap. Get this one instead. Better. So the reason I swapped that one there is because this is the proper, I think, the Polish one. This is the one that I used to drink back in the day, and this is just so much more like kind of sour, like proper, and that's what you want. The sour the better, or the more like kind of then that's what you want. And it's actually better macros as well, which is great. But I don't need to drink as much. This is a little bit smaller, so it works out better. But I think it's like 100 grams less, but that's all I need, and that's going to be perfect for what I want. Same rules apply. Kefir, good. I'm just looking for more carbs, because that's what we need. The thing is, when you just finish training, is every single one of your meals you always want to have fat involved, because fat's going to help you absorb nutrients from the food that you're basically having, and it also helps to slow down the rate in which food is digested, so it means you stay fuller for longer. That's why when you're on a low fat diet, you're always starving. But the one time you don't really need to prioritise fats is straight away after workout, post training, because what's priority then is replenishing your glycogen stores. So you've just used up all this energy if you're training obviously hard enough, so you need to get that back in the system as quickly as possible, along with protein to help rebuild the tissue that you've hopefully torn to rebuild up. Now, fat's still very important. You can have a little bit of it, but things like, you know, your vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and K that are fat solubles, they're no priority at that moment in time. So it's the one time you can probably not have to worry about fats too much, just because you're coming in straight after training, but it's not as big a priority. After training though, get your fats back in. I love bottles with big holes. I don't care if that sounds weird. That was honestly a lovely wee morning so far. Getting an early training session in, getting some food, you know, needs must when you've got a really busy day ahead. Just on my way out, you know, I'm never a fan of these, remember those serene loaf things? So people are quite into them. I've never really been a fan, alright? However, on my way out there, I spotted a certain variety of them with a certain fruit that I like, and I was like, okay, you're coming home with me. Right, let's get to it. We are hungry, So these are the Serenes. There. We've got blueberry. I'm gonna have a couple of them. I'm gonna have a banana. I'm gonna have the rice cakes, salt and vinegar so we can get some sodium back in thy system. Protein yogurt from a terrible company called Arla. And here is the kefir probiotic, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to have this first to basically set a nice little cauldron pool for my belly. And then lastly, I'm going to have this casserole with duck and turkey in brown sauce. Really high protein. I'm joking. This is for Alaska. She would kill me if I didn't come back with her food. She needs some more. She was staring at me this morning like, where's my dinner? Because I had to get her dry mix this morning, or kibble, instead of her wet food. And she's just like, what's this pish? So good. Anyway, she's getting her mon petite, so she'll be happy. And she's got a couple tins of these, which is going in, which I'm pretty sure is high in protein anyway, but we're not going to find out. Anyway, I'm going to tuck into this, and then I'm going to add up the macros, and I'll let you know how much is in them. Overall, we have had 589 calories, 85 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fat, and 40 grams of protein. Would I eat that every day? Definitely not. Is that good for like once in a blue moon? Of course it is. It hits the numbers, what you need. But if I was to eat this consistently every day, I don't know. I wouldn't be excited. That's all I'm saying. That meal doesn't excite me as much as I would like over, you know, nice bit of steak, potatoes, some veggies, a bit of avocado maybe, or extra virgin olive oil. Oh aye. Anyway, that's enough of this. Enjoy the rest of the video. Anyway, that's enough of this. Enjoy the rest of the video.
What rest of the video? Jesus Christ.